You gonna swing on me? Yeah, whoa, that's your son. Okay, he gonna swing on me? I ain't did nothing to that man, bro.
Atlanta's nightlife has never been quiet, but last night was on a whole different level. Even people who thought they had seen it all were left speechless. The city's most exclusive nightclub was alive in a way that felt electric. The speakers were blasting, the bass thumping through the floor, lights flashing across the room, and bodies moving in every corner. It was packed with celebrities, influencers, and everyone in between. People came to drink, dance, and lose themselves in the music, but not everyone was there to party.
I just had to cool off, right? Just get my mind right, man, you know. But I really gotta get this off my chest, man.
Three familiar faces had unfinished business, and what started as a normal night was about to explode into something no one could ignore. In the VIP section, the vibe was not the same as the rest of the club. Kirk Frost and young Jock sat in their booth, dressed sharp and standing out like they always did. Normally, the two would be laughing, taking shots, making noise, and pulling attention without even trying. Last night was different. They weren't laughing, they weren't moving much, and even though they had drinks in their hands, neither of them was really drinking. Their eyes kept sweeping over the crowd, sharp and serious, as if they were waiting for something. Jock leaned in close, whispering something to Kirk, who barely nodded while keeping his eyes fixed on the dance floor. From the outside, they looked calm and composed, but anyone who paid attention to their body language knew it wasn't normal. They weren't there for fun. They were waiting. And then, the one they were waiting for walked in. Lil Scrappy. He stepped inside like he owned the place, the same way he always did. His walk had that signature swag. His smile lit up the room, and people turned toward him the moment he appeared. Scrappy had that effect. He carried energy that pulled people in. Surrounded by his crew, he dapped up fans, hugged people he knew, and let out loud laughs that cut through the music. He posed for selfies, clinked glasses with strangers, and moved like the whole night revolved around him. The crowd fed off his presence, the energy shifted instantly, and everyone gravitated toward him without even thinking. That was Scrappy's power. When he showed up, the party got bigger. But across the room, two pairs of eyes weren't celebrating. Kirk and Jock were locked in on him, watching every move. Their stares weren't casual. They were studying him, waiting for the right moment. To most of the crowd, it was just another night, but a few sharp people noticed the tension. A dancer near the bar slowed down and glanced toward the VIP booth. Two security guards shifted positions quietly. Even the DJ, in the middle of a transition, seemed to slow down his tempo as if he could feel something changing in the air. Scrappy was glowing under the spotlight of attention, but every spotlight cast a shadow, and he was about to step right into it. Back at the booth, things grew even more tense. Kirk leaned in again, speaking low. Jock nodded while glancing at his phone before lifting his head and scanning the room. They weren't smiling, weren't sipping.
Let me go. Let me go. Look at me. Look at me. Let me go. Look at me. Look at me.
Man, I am frustrated and irritated,
Weren't
man.
moving like everyone else. They were just watching. When a waitress walked up with another round of drinks, she stopped mid-step when she saw their faces. She placed the bottle down gently, without a word, and backed away. Even she could feel the heaviness in the air. People sitting close to the booth began to notice how still they were, like hunters waiting for the right second to strike. Scrappy, meanwhile, was still laughing with his people, but one of his boys leaned in and whispered something. Scrappy turned his head, eyes landing directly on Kirk and Jock's booth for just a moment, long enough to let the tension thicken. They weren't just watching anymore. They were waiting, and the wait was about to end. It didn't take long before the calm broke. Kirk and Jock stood up from their section and started walking through the crowd. The shift in energy was immediate. People stepped aside without a word, sensing something serious was unfolding. It wasn't loud yet, no yelling, no pushing, but the way they moved made it clear this wasn't just a friendly stroll. Scrappy noticed them coming and turned to face them. Still calm, he opened his arms slightly and nodded, trying to keep it casual. "What's up?" he said, his tone curious, maybe a little cautious, but not tense yet. He was trying to keep it cool, but Kirk and Jock weren't smiling. They stopped right in front of him, close enough to erase any sense of personal space. The music kept playing. But suddenly it felt too loud compared to the silence between them. Jock leaned in first, his voice low but sharp. "We heard what you said, Scrap. You've been talking too much." Scrappy frowned, confused. "Talking about what?" he asked. Kirk didn't wait for him to finish. "You know exactly what. Playing both sides, smiling in our faces, then running your mouth behind the scenes." His words landed heavy, and then Kirk pulled out his phone, holding it up like evidence. "You think this wasn't going to get back to us? We got the receipts." Jock added fuel. "You were at the studio last week talking reckless. You think people are loyal to you? They sent us everything." Scrappy glanced at the phone, then back at Kirk, shaking his head. "That ain't even the full conversation. Y'all taking things out of context. I said what I said, but not the way you trying to twist it." His voice rose just slightly, frustration bleeding through. Kirk wasn't backing down. "Context or not, you said it. Period." Now the tension turned personal. Scrappy's cool faded, his face tightening, his voice louder. "Y'all acting like I'm some snake, but I've been real with both of y'all. More times than I can count. You think I'm scared of receipts? Half of y'all fake anyway. Ain't nobody loyal out here no more." His words cut through the music and people nearby started noticing. Phones came out. The DJ turned the volume down a notch. Security edged closer to the dance floor, ready but not intervening yet. Scrappy pointed at Kirk's phone. "You want to show people that? Show the rest too. Show what y'all said. Show how you were talking slick about me when I wasn't around." The crowd reacted with murmurs. Jock took a step forward, ready to respond, but Kirk held him back with a hand. "Let him talk. Let him get it out." Scrappy wasn't calming down. His voice boomed louder, frustration pouring out. "I held y'all down, and now because of a few words taken out of context, y'all ready to throw it all away? Ready to burn it over nothing?"
I have nobody if y'all ain't with me. I don't have nobody.
I'm with you.
Like all that talking, cuz I need y'all to show
By
me,
now,
cuz, for
a
real.
circle had formed around them. People weren't too close, but they weren't leaving either. Everyone knew something real was happening. This wasn't about rumors anymore. It was about pride, trust, and respect, all being tested right in the middle of flashing lights and loud music. The room felt heavy, every second stretching longer. Scrappy's crew stood ready, Kirk and Jock's energy was locked in, and the whole club was holding its breath. You could feel it in the air, thick like smoke, that something big was about to happen. The last spark, the one that would ignite everything, was only seconds away. Scrappy wasn't backing down, and neither was Jock. The shouting hit its peak, the crowd pressing in around them, phones already lifted high. Scrappy stepped forward until he was chest to chest with Jock. Neither man blinked, neither man moved away. Kirk knew where this was going. He slid up beside Jock, shoulder to shoulder, creating a wall. He leaned close, his voice low but sharp. "You might want to fall. Back before this gets real." Scrappy's reply came quick, his eyes locked. "It already is real." That was the spark. Jock leaned in just enough to provoke, and Scrappy reacted. He shoved Jock hard in the chest, sending him stumbling into someone nearby. A drink flew. Off the table, glass smashed, and gasps cut through the music. The beat hadn't even stopped before the whole scene erupted. Kirk lunged forward. Scrappy's boys jumped in, grabbing at him, trying to hold him back. Chairs tipped, glasses shattered, and the once smooth party spun into chaos. One of Scrappy's crew slipped on the wet floor, crashing into another guest and knocking over a bottle. People screamed, some running, others filming, their cameras flashing under the club lights. The bouncers wasted no time. They pushed through the crowd in black shirts, moving fast and hard. One grabbed Kirk from behind, dragging him back, while another forced himself between Scrappy and Jock before fists could fly. Scrappy's crew wasn't letting it slide. One of his guys shoved a guard off, yelling, "Don't touch him like that." That only made security tighten their grip, pushing harder, pulling people apart like a human storm. The floor was a mess. Ice and liquor covered the ground, High heels slipping, tables shoved aside. A woman screamed when another drink splashed across her dress. The booth where Scrappy had been celebrating earlier was wrecked. Bottles sideways, glasses cracked, cushions soaked. The DJ killed the music, leaving only shouting and heavy breathing to fill the silence. Security finally separated the groups. Kirk and Jock were yanked out through a side entrance, each with guards flanking them, their faces stiff with anger. Scrappy and his crew were dragged toward the opposite exit. One of his closest friends gripped his arm tight, whispering, "Let it go, man, not here." Scrappy shook his head, but he didn't fight back anymore. Outside comma, the drama didn't stop. It spread. Within minutes, clips from inside the club hit social media. Shaky videos showed Scrappy's shove, glasses flying, the crowd screaming. One 15-second clip blew up immediately, views climbing by the minute. Another angle caught Kirk lunging forward. Someone else uploaded a video of security dragging Jock out, his face tight and fists clenched. Comments poured in. Some said Kirk and Jock were pushing too hard, starting something they didn't need to. Others said Scrappy should have kept his cool and walked away. Fans picked sides instantly. Hashtags started trending, and the argument left the club and landed on everyone's timeline. The fight itself lasted less than a minute, but the fallout? That was only beginning. Kirk and Jock both have ties all over Atlanta. Business deals, club appearances, collaborations. Scrappy's name carries weight too, with shows lined up, collabs in the works, and multiple public events coming up. A public fight like this isn't just about hurt feelings. It's about money, deals, and image. One viral clip can cost someone thousands, even millions, depending on who decides they don't want the drama attached to their brand. And then there's the legal side. Even if no punches landed, property was damaged, people got pushed, and the club itself might take action. All it takes is one person pressing charges or one manager filing a report, and suddenly this isn't just gossip. It's a case. Inside Atlanta, everyone talks and word spreads fast. The question now is, can these men fix things before it gets worse, or is the damage already done? Can they sit at the same table again, or has the line been crossed for good? The cameras caught it, the internet's debating it, and fans are watching every move to see what comes next. Atlanta nightlife has always had its share of drama, but this was a moment people won't forget anytime soon. A night that started with music and flashing lights, ended with broken glass, shattered trust, and clips going viral faster than the DJ could drop the next track. So what do you think? Was Scrappy wrong for reacting the way he did? Or were Kirk and Jock the ones pushing it too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss another story. Because if last night proved anything, it's that in Atlanta, the party never ends and the drama never sleeps.